Good morning everyone. I am Dr. Renu Bala and today we will discuss about the basic about the HTML, XHTML, DHTML and XML. So first of all, what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language and it is a standard markup language for creating web pages. HTML describes the structure of web page. It consists of several series of elements and these elements tells the browser how to display the content. HTML label pieces of content such as this is heading, this is paragraph, this is link, etc. It means HTML elements have the labels and values. This is the simple HTML document where the first line tells that it is an HTML document of version 5. First second element of the HTML document is HTML, which tells that it is an starting of HTML document. Head element contains the information about the web page. It means it contains the meta information about the web page. Title of the HTML document contains the title of the web page, which is to be displayed on the web browser when the page is displayed in the web browser. And the body section contains all the essential content of the main content of the document. It contains the headings, paragraphs and other images and text elements. So HTML element has the starting tag, the content of the element and the ending tag. For example, if there is a h1 element, then h1 in the angular bracket is the heading of is the starting tag, and my first heading is the element of the content, and slash h1 in the angular brackets is the ending tag of the element. So likewise, p is in angular bracket is the starting tag, my first paragraph is the element of content, and slash p in the angular bracket is the ending tag. So what is the role of web browser in here? In this case, the purpose of web browser, there are several web browser like Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Safari, is to read HTML documents and display them correctly. A browser does not display the HTML tags but use them to determine how to display the document. So this is the HTML page structure which we have discussed earlier, that HTML tells that this is the starting of HTML document. Head section describes the meta information about the HTML page, and body section contains all the necessary elements of the HTML page like heading, paragraph, text, images, all the essential elements of the HTML page is contains in this section. All the formatting tags are also applied in this section. So next is, what is XHTML? XHTML stands for Extensible Hypertext Markup Language. XHTML is stricter, more XML based version of HTML. It is markup language written in XML. It is a hybrid between the HTML and XML, specifically designed for net devices display. It is HTML defined as XML application. XHTML uses 3 XML namespaces that correspond to 3 HTML DTDs. XHTML is used when referring to XML files used for CSS feeds, music players, image galleries and many more applications. XHTML is same but cleaner syntax as HTML. So this is a difference between the HTML and XHTML. XHTML is much clearer syntax than the HTML. XHTML uses the same tags as HTML, so people who know the HTML know messy XHTML. XHTML elements must be properly nested, whereas HTML elements must not be properly nested. XHTML element must always be closed, and it is not required to close all the tags of HTML. XHTML element must be in lowercase, whereas HTML elements are not case sensitive. XHTML documents must have one root element, and in HTML some elements can be improperly nested within each other. Like if we start the bold element first and then italic element, then it is not necessary that they are ended in the same order. But in XHTML all the element must be properly nested within each other. Like if we are starting bold and then we are nested italic in the bold, then we are ending in the same, or we have to ending uh, these elements in the same order. DHTML, this is an uh, dynamic HTML. It is new way of looking at and controlling the standard HTML codes and commands. DHTML is a collection of technologies that are used to create interactive and animated websites. DHTML goes more control over the HTML, gives more control over the HTML element. It all allows client server scripting language incorporation such as JavaScript, a presentation definition language such as CSS, and document object model in HTML web pages. DHTML allows the pages to change at any time without returning to the web server first. It allows scripting language to change a web page's look and function after the page has been fully loaded and during the viewing process. It means DHTML allow to modify the pages at runtime without interfering into the web server. It also allow the user to add effects to their pages that are otherwise difficult to achieve. There are some additional features of HTML document that HTML DHTML developer can include the animated text and images in the document independently, moving each element from a starting point to the ending point following a predetermined path or chosen by the user. It means it provides the flexibility to change the elements without interfering another elements, and without interfering the predetermined path, or we can choose the path by later. Embed, it is also able to include the embed a ticker that automatically refreshes its contents with the latest news, stocks, codes, or other data. It is also able to use a form to capture user data and then process, verify, and respond to that data without having to send back to the server. It is also able to include rollover buttons and drop down menus. Next version of the markup language is XML. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. It is markup language developed by the W3C, designed especially for web documents. It defines a set of rules for encoding document in a format that is both human readable and machine readable. It allows designer to create their own customized tags. It also enables the definition, transmission, validation, and interpretable interpretation of data between the application and organization. So this is the structure of a XML document. So basically XML does not do anything. It is just a wrapper of the information. uh, this code is the self descriptive. It means it has a sender information, and it has receiver information, and it has a heading, and it has a message body. So XML document is just an information wrapper, and it provides uh, XML is just information wrapper in the text. Someone must write a piece of software to send, receive, store, or display it. It means XML is only a wrapper of the information, and another software will send it and responsible to receive it and to mm, display it. So the XML simplifies many things like data sharing, data transport, it simplifies the platform changes, it simplifies the data availability. Many computer systems contain data in incompatible formats. Exchanging data between the incompatible systems is a very time consuming task for web developers. Large amount of data must be converted and incompatible data is often lost. XML store data in plain text format, thus provide a software and hardware independency to store the data, to transport the data, and to share the data. XML also make it easier to expand or upgrade to new operating system, new applications, and for new browsers. With XML data, uh, all kind of reading machines like people, computer, video machines, news feeds, etc. is also possible. So what is the difference between the XML and HTML? XML was designed to carry data with focus of what data is. It means it is only a information wrapper. It contains only what data is. And HTML was designed to display data with the focus on how data looks. It means it focus on the how the data will be looked on the web browser. XML tags are not predefined, but the HTML tags are predefined. So these are the uh, difference between the XML and HTML. One more difference is most XML application will work as expected even if new data is added, whereas HTML application is not suitable for that. So thank you.